You have 79 years to live. And although it sounds like a lot, I'm here to tell you that it isn't that much, and you can easily exhaust all those years in this complete guide on how to waste your life. The 79 years is just an estimation. It can vary a lot, from the low life expectancy in the Central African Republic of just about 53 years to the high lifespan of Japanese people of about 85 years. It even varies a lot within Europe, with people in Western Europe living about 82 years, while people in Eastern Europe live only about 74 years. But for the sake of this video, I'll take the average lifespan in all of Europe, which also coincides with the average lifespan in the US of 79 years. I will need to make rough estimations here and there, but I assure you that by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to waste every single year of your life. Let's start with the thing that takes an entire third of your lifespan: sleep. We've already managed to cut out 26 years, but that might not be enough. You see, sleep can be efficient and sometimes even beneficial, even if it takes about 8 hours every day. So you would need to make sure that you get the worst sleep quality possible. With a sporadic sleep schedule and drinking alcohol before bed, you can be sure to feel tired and grumpy throughout the days, and we have managed to successfully turn a pleasant part of your life into a waste of time. We also spend quite a lot of time studying. Considering you go through 12 grades of school and then pursue higher education, you can spend up to 3 total years studying. There's the risk that you might enjoy studying and find those 3 years fulfilling, but we can easily avoid that with the right mindset. In school, you can easily complain about every subject and how irrelevant it is for your future, and do everything out of spite. For higher education, you have the option of choosing something you're passionate about, but close your eyes to that option. Instead, just choose a major based on other people's opinions, since basing your own decisions on what other people want is a great way of pursuing something you truly despise. After school come 50 years of work. Assuming that you work about 39.2 hours per week and you take 5 weeks of holiday per year, you could get to 1842 hours of work per year, which translates to about 19,120 hours of work in a lifetime, and that is about 11 years of your life. Now that is a lot of time, but unfortunately, there is still the prospect of spending those years on work you enjoy, which defeats our purpose of wasting time. One of the most common deathbed regrets is that the person did not choose meaningful work that was in line with their passions and purpose, work that they were excited about and that gave them a sense of fulfillment. And that is exactly what we're looking for. Find a job that you hate and you can stick with it because it pays well. Work long hours and sacrifice your personal life for this job. Ideally, the job has to make you wait for a weekend and hate Mondays. That's when you know you've hit the jackpot. From time to time, you might be tempted to quit the job and find some other meaningful work, but worry not, because human nature will help you brush away the thought and stay on the same track. Just think back to the 2 years you've already spent. Rationally, if you change to another meaningful work, you would still save about 9 years of your life, and those 2 years you've spent working should not play a big role in your assessment. But humans are not rational creatures, and you can easily say that you have already spent so much time on this work, so you cannot just let it go to waste. That simple justification will make sure to keep you in place and actually waste the full 11 years of your life. But when you finally finish working at an age of about 65 years, you will finally retire and have a lot of free time, not being bound to anything, so those years can still be fulfilling. If you take a closer look though, those years are not necessarily free. 68% of people above the age of 65 suffer from some sort of disability and require long-term medical care. So if you don't take care of your health throughout your life, you're pretty much guaranteed to waste another 9 years feeling awful when you are retired. Just avoid physical exercise as much as possible and don't even look in the direction of healthy food. What is great is that both those things take effort and discipline, so it would be natural for you to just dismiss them. By now we have already gone through the most important stages of our life, but have still not drained 100% of it. We'll get to that, I promise, because we can shave 10 more years that are spent on housework, cooking, eating, and of course on the toilet. Those are not inherently a waste of time because they're just non-negotiables. You could easily have fun and enjoy those activities, but that will not bring us closer to our goal. Instead, you should postpone your chores as much as possible, so that when you finally get to do them, You feel overwhelmed and pissed about having to do them. Don't use your time productively listening to audiobooks or insightful podcasts while doing the chores. And avoid trying out new recipes, having fun while you cook, and experimenting with new food. You'll further spend about 2 years taking care of your kids and family. And while personal relationships, and especially time spent with your family, can bring a lot of joy and fulfillment in your life, we can still find a way to f it up. After all, kids are always annoying, so we can quickly get mad at them. And your spouse is always wrong, so you can easily get into a daily routine of starting meaningless arguments. Alright, now it gets super interesting. All those previous time wasters had lots of ways to be combated, to be turned into something positive. But we can easily waste the remaining years with this final, huge time waster. Over the years, people spent more and more time on their smartphones. In the United States, the majority of people can spend 5 to 6 hours on their phone on a daily basis. And that is of course not including work-related smartphone use. Spending 5 hours daily, we can easily get to waste 16 years of our life on our phones. Or we could even go into the negatives if we choose to calculate using our 6 hours number. Now it is easier than ever to get absorbed in your favorite form of entertainment, whether it be TikTok, Reddit, Instagram or YouTube. It doesn't really matter, choose your own poison. Because all the flasks guarantee 5 hours of browsing aimlessly and scrolling through your feed. And if you get tired of social media, you can substitute some of the time with pointless reality shows and mindless entertainment on Netflix or Amazon Prime. With this final blow, we managed to waste the entirety of our 79 years, but I still have some bonus tips for you, for making sure that by the end of your life, you truly feel like you've wasted all your time here on Earth. You can neglect to work on your friendships and personal relationships. As I said before, having meaningful relationships is very important for us. So if you treat other people as means to ends or avoid talking to them until it's too late, you are sure to have a lot of regrets before you die. Also, it is very important to never try new things or get out of your comfort zone. Change gives you new perspectives and makes you a better person, so we cannot have that when our aim is to deplete our life. Follow this guide to a point and you are sure to waste your life. Did you enjoy this guide, or did it make you feel anxious, feel bad about having wasted time so far on things that are not fulfilling, living without purpose? We are all guilty of wasting our lives, some more than others, and I'm in no position to tell you how exactly you should live your life to make the most out of it. Because, to be quite frank, I don't know the exact answer either. I also don't know for sure that you will live to the average age of 79 years. Your lifespan might be 90 years, but it might as well be much shorter because life is unpredictable. I hope that this video has awakened some sort of response from you, and it was a reminder of how easily we can waste our time if we don't act with intent and purpose in life. I hope it made you reflect on what you learn and why you do that. Made you think again if you're working on what actually matters to you the most, and will be proud looking back at the years you spent doing something meaningful every day. Maybe it even made you rethink whether you truly need to spend 5 hours on your phone, or maybe you can limit your usage and replace some of those hours with more meaningful things, like working on your relationships with others or challenging yourself. No matter in what proportion, we will spend our lives doing all those things outlined in this guide. But as you could notice, we could always find a way to bring purpose into anything we do. Looking at how short our lives are could be a great reminder that we should bring meaning to every moment of it, and we should act deliberately, so that in the end, we will not feel like we have wasted our lives. Sometimes we might still feel like we just can't find enough time to do all the things we want though, but here I have a perfect video for you in which I talk about how to get back your time. Since you've come so far, you might as well give a like and subscribe for more videos. Until next time, don't forget to respect yourself.